The vote wasn't even close. What does that tell you about the chances that this is going to happen at many more Apple stores?
Well, I think it's likely that it will happen at many more stores. We don't know really how many it's likely to be, but clearly something is happening. We've been talking for a long time about the unrelenting decline of organized labor and the absence of organized labor from tech altogether. That's beginning to change a bit. How much, we don't know. I think there are a number of factors and issues which have made this possible. But there's no doubt about the fact that something is happening, and it's quite feasible, possible that it will happen elsewhere, there and in other companies.
Apple has said in a statement about the possibility of this happening in the past, we're fortunate to have incredible retail team members, and we deeply value everything they bring to Apple. We're pleased to offer very strong compensation and benefits for full-time and part-time employees, including health care, tuition reimbursement, new parental leave, paid family leave, annual stock grants, and many other benefits. You know, how do you think the benefits that Apple, which is, to be fair, one of the wealthiest companies in the world, compare to what workers in unions elsewhere receive? You would think they'd be a step above the rest.
I don't know that they're a step above the unionized sector of the economy, but they're certainly a step above a number of them. I think that probably the impetus for this comes from a desire of workers to shape these employment conditions with the employer, not to have them unilaterally imposed upon them, and to address issues like scheduling, like safety issues. And we've seen in this period of inflation a decline in real wages. I think all of these issues, a confluence of these issues and the circumstances that have emerged in this period of uncertainty. I talk about wars and depression and pandemic in my book, and it's a period of uncertainty where workers frequently are more likely to look to unions and some kind of protective mechanism and some kind of participatory mechanism than they otherwise would.
Now, Amazon, of course, has been facing unionization efforts of its own at warehouses, a vote in Staten Island, for example, to unionize. I recently sat down with Amazon CEO Andy Jassy and asked for his response to these efforts. Take a listen to what he had to say.
We happen to think they're better off without a union for a number of reasons, including the fact that, you know, it's much harder when you have a union to have a direct relationship with your manager and to get things done quickly.
Amazon's labor union, interestingly, filed a charge over those remarks that he made to me. I'm curious what you see as the parallels between Apple and Amazon, and what the difference between a wave of tech unionizations, how that compares to the history of unions in this country.
Well, there have been waves of trade union movement at various points. The Great Depression, World War II are some of the most recent illustrations when workers don't know really what lies ahead. This idea that we can just sit down and work things out together is fine so long as the worker really has a say in it. And I think that what the workers are saying through these initiatives in tech and Amazon's a very formidable effort because there's so many employees that you have to organize in one swoop. You know, with the Staten Island being approximately 8,000 workers, that's a tough thing for a union to do, and they were able to do it effectively, in part because they were able to. It was an independent groundswell. The workers came to the union. The union is not coming to the workers, and that's the way it's been in every period of great union growth. I don't know that this is going to be a great period of union growth. I think we're in early days.
So what do you think these tech companies, Apple, Amazon, et cetera, should prepare for? How do you see this playing out? Are they just going to have to pay these employees a lot more, give them much better benefits? What does it look like on the other side?
I think the big thing is it's not simply a matter of benefits, it's a matter of a worker involvement, worker participation in determining scheduling, in input into safety issues, which have become so important in this pandemic era in a number of contexts. And they're going to have to, in some instances, really come through with money for workers who, as I said, see their real wages declining for reasons that are totally beyond their control, and it seems at the present anybody's control.